71-year-old man died in his sleep. 4 bedtime habits you must avoid after 70. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by. This is a place where we talk about living healthier, happier, and longer, especially as we hit those middle years and beyond. Today, I got something really important to share with you, something that's been on my mind ever since I heard about it. It's a story that hit me hard, and I think it's going to stick with you too. Picture this. A 71-year-old man, someone who seemed to be doing okay, active enough, loved by his family, passed away quietly in his sleep. No warning, no big red flags, just gone. When I heard about it from a friend who knew him, it got me thinking, what happened? Was there something he could have done differently? And more importantly, what can we do to make sure we're not unknowingly putting ourselves at risk? Now, I'm not here to scare you. Far from it. I'm here because I care about you, and I want us all to thrive in these golden years, not just survive. After digging into the story and talking to some folks I trust, like my old buddy who's a retired nurse and another friend who's a sleep coach, I realize there's a pattern. It turns out there are some bedtime habits that, after 70, can quietly sneak up on us and cause more harm than we realize. These aren't dramatic things. They're little routines we might not even think twice about, but they matter a lot. So, today, I'm going to walk you through 4 bedtime habits you need to avoid once you hit 70, or even earlier if you want to get ahead of the game. I'll share why they're risky, what happened to this man that might connect to them, and some simple swaps you can make instead. Think of this as a cozy fireside chat. Grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's dive in, because you deserve to wake up every morning feeling refreshed, strong, and ready for whatever the day brings. All right, let's get into it. These 4 habits are ones I've seen pop up again and again, not just in this man's story, but in conversations with people I've met over the years. Friends, family, even strangers at a grocery store who open up about their struggles. They're sneaky because they don't feel dangerous in the moment, but over time, they can stack up and take a toll. Here they are. Habit number 1, eating a big meal right before bed. First up, eating a big, heavy meal right before you hit the hay. I get it. Sometimes dinner runs late, or you're craving a little comfort food after a long day. Maybe it's a bowl of chili, a slice of pizza, or even a hearty sandwich. For the 71-year-old man, my friend told me he loved his late-night suppers. His wife said he'd often sit down at 9 p.m. with a plate piled high, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, the works, and then head to bed an hour later. Sounds cozy, right? But here's the problem. When you eat a big meal close to bedtime, your body doesn't get a break. Instead of winding down and focusing on repair, like it's supposed to during sleep, your digestive system is still churning away, trying to break down all that food. For folks over 70, this can be especially tough. Our metabolism slows as we age, and our stomach acid production isn't as robust. That means food sits there longer, and can lead to acid reflux, heartburn, or even worse, something called silent aspiration, where tiny bits of food get into your lungs without you even noticing. Scary, huh? I talked to my nurse friend, Linda, about this. She said she's seen patients over the years where late-night eating caused breathing issues during sleep, sometimes even raising the risk of choking or pneumonia. Could that have played a role for this man? We'll never know for sure, but it's a wake-up call. What to do instead? If you're hungry at night, keep it light. A small handful of almonds, a banana, or a cup of herbal tea can tide you over without taxing your system. Try to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. It's a small tweak, but it could make a world of difference. Habit number 2, drinking alcohol to wind down. Next up is one I know a lot of us are guilty of, having a nightcap to relax. A glass of wine, a shot of whiskey, whatever your poison. It feels like it helps you drift off, right? This man reportedly loved his evening scotch. His family said it was his ritual. Pour a glass, sit by the TV, and sip until he felt sleepy. I've been there myself. There's something soothing about it. But here's the catch. Alcohol might knock you out, but it ruins the quality of your sleep. After 70, our bodies don't process alcohol the way they used to. It lingers longer and it messes with your sleep cycles. You might fall asleep fast, but you're not getting that deep, restorative sleep your body craves. Worse, alcohol relaxes the muscles in your throat, which can make sleep apnea, a condition where you stop breathing briefly during sleep, more likely. My sleep coach friend Mark told me that even one drink can increase those pauses in breathing, especially as we age. For the 71-year-old, undiagnosed sleep apnea could have been a silent factor. His wife mentioned he snored a lot. Another clue. I'll share a quick story. My Uncle Joe used to swear by his nightly beer. Then at 68, he started waking up exhausted with headaches. His doctor figured out it was mild sleep apnea, made worse by that beer. Once he cut it out, he felt like a new man. What to do instead? Swap the booze for something calming like chamomile tea or warm milk with a sprinkle of cinnamon. If you love the ritual, it's still there, just gentler on your body. Habit number 3, staying up late with screens. Okay, habit number 3, staying up late glued to your phone, tablet, or TV. I'm raising my hand here. I've been guilty of this too. Scroll through Facebook, catch up on a Netflix show, or watch one more YouTube video. Hopefully one of mine. For this man, his family said he'd often stay up past midnight watching reruns of old westerns. Harmless, right? Not quite. Here's the deal. Those screens emit blue light, which tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. It suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. After 70, our melatonin levels are already lower, so we don't need anything else throwing them off. Plus, staying up late shortens your sleep window. If you're only getting 5 or 6 hours instead of 7 to 8 your body needs, you're running on fumes. Over time, that sleep debt builds up, stressing your heart and brain. Some studies even link poor sleep to a higher risk of heart issues, something that might have been at play for this man. I remember my neighbor, Susan, who's 72. She used to binge-watch crime dramas until 1 a.m. She complained about feeling groggy all day. I suggested she try reading a book instead, something low-tech. She grumbled at first, but a month later, she thanked me. She's sleeping better and has more pep in her step. What to do instead? Set a screen curfew, say an hour before bed. Dim the lights. Grab a good novel or listen to some soft music. Your brain will thank you, and you'll wake up feeling sharper. Habit number 4, ignoring your sleep position. Last but not least, not paying attention to how you sleep. This one's subtle, but it's a biggie. The 71-year-old man, according to his wife, was a stomach sleeper. He'd pile pillows under his head and crash out that way every night. Now, I'm not saying that's why he passed. It's impossible to know, but sleeping position can affect us more than we think, especially after 70. When you sleep on your stomach, your neck twists and your spine gets out of whack. It can strain your breathing, especially if you've got arthritis or weaker muscles, which many of us do as we age. It's also tougher on your lungs and heart. If you got sleep apnea or even just a tendency to snore, lying flat on your back can make it worse too. Side sleeping is usually the sweet spot, but not everyone's body agrees. Take my friend Tom, for example. He's 74 and used to sleep flat on his back. He'd wake up with chest tightness and a dry throat. His doctor suggested propping up his head a bit and switching to his side with a pillow between his knees. It took some getting used to, but he says it's like night and day, literally. What to do instead? Experiment with your sleep setup. Try side sleeping with a supportive pillow or elevate your head slightly if you're a back sleeper. It's not about perfection. It's about what feels right for you. So, there you have it, friends. For bedtime habits to steer clear of after 70, eating big meals late, sipping alcohol to unwind, staying up with screens, and ignoring your sleep position. These aren't just random rules. They're little choices that can add up to big changes in how you feel and how long you stick around to enjoy this beautiful life. When I think about that 71-year-old man, I don't feel fear. I feel motivated. His story reminds me that we got more power than we think to take care of ourselves, even in small ways. We don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Start with one habit, maybe that late night snack, and see how it feels. You might be surprised at how much better you sleep, how much brighter your mornings get. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your bedtime routine like? Have you tried any of these swaps? Or do you have a tip of your own? Let's keep this conversation going, because we're all in this together. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got more wisdom coming your way every week. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth it. Sleep well, live well, and I'll see you soon.